I was a high-risk pregnancy because of diabetes. I eventually developed preeclampsia. Through a series of events, I was life-flighted to Wichita and to Wesley.
That was a pretty difficult moment. Because I didn't get to go along with her because of COVID protocols.
They couldn't get my blood pressures under stroke levels. So the doctor came in at about 4 a.m. and said, well, looks like you're not going to leave here without a baby this time. And I was terrified because I was only at 32 weeks.
You know, he was premature, but thankfully he was at a good size, a good weight, good length for his birth date.
And then we went to go see him the next day, and he had SVT. So his heart rate was over 300 beats per minute. And there was a possibility we were going to have to light flight him to Kansas City. The doctors resuscitated his heart and were able to bring his heart back into normal rhythms. He was going to be in the NICU for a little while, and we didn't really know how long that meant or where we were going to stay or how we were going to make it work. We kind of even considered, like, are we just going to sleep in the car? Because we had wanted a baby for so long. And so there was no leaving him in the hospital. We had to be there with him. I couldn't leave my heart there.
I was in the hallway and I was tearing up about just the emotions that I had from the birth and from my wife being in the hospital. There was no option of me going home. A, home was too far away, and B, I was not going to leave my wife or my baby behind at the hospital.
Evan had a moment where he was beside himself and the nurses found him and he explained, you know, we don't know what we're gonna do. We don't know what our options are. We weren't prepared for this kind of a birth. We don't know where we go from here. And they said, have you heard of the Ronald McDonald House? No, I really don't know anything about it, and he didn't know anything about it. So the nurses at Wesley got us connected with the Ronald McDonald House and were able to get us in there.
I felt like I was at home from the moment I walked in. It was, what do you need right now? It's like, what do you need just to be a human? And it's like, then you go into the other steps of, you know, what does your wife need? What does your family need? And I had never been treated like that.
Evan brought me over because I had just barely been released from the hospital. And he's showing me all the amenities. And I just broke down and cried. And I just cried because it felt like it was a godsend, because I never would have expected something so amazing.
The Ronald McDonald House would be the difference of me being able to take care of myself and my son, or me just being able to take care of my son.
We stayed at the Ronald McDonald House for about a month while our son was in the NICU. The experience with the Ronald McDonald House was one of the greatest blessings we've ever experienced. Having the Ronald McDonald House gave me a sense of comfort and home, to know that whatever we were dealing with at the hospital was all we had to be focused on or concerned about. The walkway to get to and from the hospital, the meals they provide for families, the community that they strive to build. I think they do an amazing job taking care of every family that walks through their doors.
Chase is awesome today. He had his recent checkup at the cardiology visit and was able to graduate from cardiology visits.
The Ronald McDonald House is an organization we will be forever grateful to. They took care of us in one of our darkest times. I think it's important for everybody to get involved any way they can, because you do make a difference. You've helped people like myself and many other families I know. I know we could never return the favor in full for how grateful we are for this organization and what it provides to families when they really need it.